Sarasota, LA, Germany, and worldwide. Welcome, Edward James III to the InterseXtion.
Sure, welcome, man. Welcome to the show.
Appreciate it. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you. Stand Your Ground is a disastrous piece of legislation. Particularly in Florida, it was passed in 2005 under the Jeb Bush administration. And Stand Your Ground, as you said, E-Man, is a piece of legislation that states that a person does not have to retreat when they feel threatened. And it was initially proposed as the castle law, meaning that if someone steps on your property and they are threatening you and you feel that your life may be in jeopardy, that you have the opportunity, or in some cases the obligation, to protect yourself and your family, and you can shoot at that person. Unfortunately, it has not been equally applied under the law, and many of those who have faced the penalties for Stand Your Ground have been black or brown. And so in the state of Florida, we say that it's starting to look like the gunshine state instead of the sunshine state, and so it's time to take this policy off of the books, which is why I wake up every day, I look in the mirror, I roll up my sleeves, and I get to work.
We are in a community, in a time, in a place where you must do it again. There's no reinventing the wheel at this point. Everybody done did everything. The playing field is level. Everything is out there. Any opportunities you need to accomplish something, guess what? It's all out here for you.
So he's the creator, founder, and artistic director of the West Coast Black Theater Troupe, which is in its 15th year. Congratulations.
Wow.
So please welcome me, Mr. Nate Jacobs.
Nate Jacobs.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks for inviting me.
Not a problem.
That's where I go. People tell me, how do you put together these seasons? How do you choose your shows each season? I go into a zone, and I get into that zone, and I get this inspiration to know what the people want. And I come up with these shows. I get my inspiration mostly from people. Giving, I get it back.
On, this man is the man. I'm gonna let him tell you the rest about himself. He is a pioneer. He is a mentor to myself. He is a great man in the community. He has helped numerous amount of people get their start, as well as push the culture forward. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to welcome to you the pioneer himself, the philosopher, Frank Maggio. Welcome to the InterseXtion, brother.
I like, looking at, hey, the national election, that's certainly important.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, local elections, that ultimately is really where it's at, and especially for a community. And as we look at ourselves as a community, I mean, it's great to talk about what's going on nationally. It's great to talk about gun control, and it's great to talk about our rights, and it's great to talk about, what's going on in the Middle East, and what's going on in a different country, and even what's going on in our own country, which doesn't seem to get talked about a lot either.
You're right.
But, at the end of the day, money trickles down, and not just the money, but the power trickles down too. And the one thing that Edward said that I totally agree with is that, look, you got to show up.
The most important aspect of rap is content, okay? It's what listeners identify with the most. And they do this because it's the content of the song that invokes the emotion in a listener. So if you want to feel like a gangster, we put on some NWA. You want to feel thoughtful, you listen to some Common. If R is feeling sexy, you put on a little LL Cool J over there,
But there's music for everybody.
But there is music for everybody, And so next week we're going to finish up the third element of rap, which is focusing on the delivery of rap. So we'll talk about some artists like CeeLo and 50 Cent that have a very distinct style. You hear them and immediately notice them and their stage performances and everything like that. So, but until then, if you don't know where you came from, how can you know where you're going?
Few guests in the studio tonight. We appreciate you all for tuning in and listening. The InterseXtion. We'll see y'all next week.